Hello, beautiful artists. Welcome back to another Art Life Conversations podcast with me, Kelly Folsom. If you're new to me, I am an artist. I've been a professional artist for 15 years. That means supporting myself through my art and through my art instruction for the last 15 years. I am also an art instructor. I am an artist mentor and an artist coach. I am also an author. Welcome. So happy that you're here. Part of my mission on this planet is to serve and support artists and to help other artists, much like myself, to be able to transform and to expand their growth, expand their success, expand their wealth. So my question for you all today is, what do you want for your future? What do you want? What is it that you would like to create in your future as an artist? The reason why I ask you this is because most of us, first of all, perhaps are not even taking time to even think about that question. What is it that I want to create for my future? Who do I want to become? So if you and I were sitting here a year from now having a conversation about the past year and what you created in your life as an artist, what you achieved as an artist, what is it that you would have to have seen, have to have created in your life in order to feel fulfilled and feel proud, right, of what you accomplished? So it's a good question to think about, because a lot of us perhaps don't project into our future enough, and then our daily lives end up being on autopilot, either repeating the past, staying in a past identity, or staying stuck where we currently have grown to, but then getting stuck at that level and not progressing forward beyond that. So now, if this isn't you, if this is you and you can imagine what it is that you want to create, you're somebody that has a growth mindset. I believe it was Carol, oh gosh, I can't remember what her last name was, but I think she wrote the book Grit, where she talked about studies and the differences between having a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. So people like myself and many of the artists that I work with on a daily basis have what's called a growth mindset. We believe that we can grow, we want to grow, we have a desire to grow. And then there are people who have a fixed mindset, who, if you were to ask them the same question, a year from now, what is it that you want to see in your life? What is it that you want to create in your life? Would have a challenging time even coming up with something, or would say nothing, I'm good the way that I am. And none of this is good or bad, right or wrong. But who I'm here to serve is people like myself who want to grow, who have that growth mindset. And for example, might just have some challenges and struggles around that. Now, I will tell you that you can transform from a person that has a fixed mindset into a person that has a growth mindset. And having a growth mindset is much more rewarding, especially depending on what the quality of your life is like in that fixed mindset. So a little background about me. I don't often share these kinds of stories about myself with you all. In fact, I've never shared this story that I can recall. But when I was a young woman, when I was, 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, basically between 18 and 20, I had a very much fixed mindset, mostly because of how I was conditioned, because of how society conditioned me, how my environment that I grew up in conditioned me. I did not think that I was capable of more. And I had very much a fixed mindset, which left me feeling very hopeless. And it was a very narrow box to live in that I had to live in. I worked at a gas station, if you can imagine that, called Get and Go in McAlester, Oklahoma. And I had so little, at the time, so little self-worth, very little belief in myself. I did not think that I had anything really of value to contribute to anybody, myself included. And so this was a really low point in my life. I felt very hopeless. I felt purposeless. And I would spend like the next 10 years living like this. And I did always know in my heart that there was a desire there, that I had a desire to grow. And I always felt that I had more potential than what I was living up to in that moment. I just had nobody around me, no examples around me whatsoever, no models, no mentors, nothing around me to say like, Kelly, wake up, like, look at you, girl, like you've got all of this potentiality, and you're just living your life in this fixed mindset and on autopilot, and you're very unhappy, you're very sad, and you could be happy, you could be loving your life. Like, the concept of me loving myself and loving my life back then at that age was like, no way, Jose. Like, was just the nature of my mindset at that time, between the ages of 18 and 20, and even all the way up until like the age of 28, whenever I finally decided to go to art school. So I know what it's like to live with a fixed mindset, and I also know what it's like to live with a growth mindset. So today, in this conversation, I just want to kind of invite you to consider having a growth mindset, because ever since I adopted a growth mindset and began this journey of, growth and self-discovery and reinventing myself, right? And creating a life of purpose, a life of thriving and fulfillment and success, and of generosity and contributing and developing skills that I can then contribute to people. Ever since then, it's like, wow, okay, this is living, and I cannot even imagine if I had never come to that point of making that choice, making that decision to take a step forward, to invest in myself, which at the time, the very first step for me was just saying, you know what, I have bigger dreams than working at a gas station or whatever minimum wage job I was capable of getting at the time, because I had no education, but it took that first step of saying, I want this, I desire more. So for you, who may be listening to this, you might be thinking, oh, well, I'm not in that situation. I'm definitely not 18 years old anymore. Maybe you are. And if you are 18 years old or 20 years old and you're feeling like what I was describing I was feeling, I hope that this message supports you. I hope it serves you, to help you to know, like, there is more, and you are more, and you can be more. But it does begin first with just a choice. And for those of you who are like, oh yeah, everybody's like that at 18, or, thinking, oh, this message doesn't apply to me because I'm not 18 anymore. Well, I would just invite you to consider, like, where is it in your life that you're staying with a fixed mindset, and yet you have maybe this heart yearning, this heart desire, to grow and to transform into a higher version of yourself, that future version of yourself. So today's message is really just to stimulate you to think about that, to ask the question, who is it that I would love to become? What is it that I would love to do in this life, in this one life that I've been given? There's always that quote, like, don't die with your song inside of you, right? And I really believe that to be true. All of us get to come here and get to have this beautiful life, human experience, and get to be in our amazing bodies, for this one time, is my belief. But some people might believe they get multiple runs at it. I don't know if that's true or not. So I'm going to take it as like, this is my one run through here on planet Earth. And we want the joy, I think, of being human is self-discovery, self-growth. The joy of being human is finding out, what is it that I'm capable of? What is it that's available to me? But it does take courage. It takes courage to choose, first of all, and it also takes courage to even have that question in your mind, to even be able to explore that possibility, explore that question. So I'm going to leave all of you with that today. Ponder that question. Just think about it. Take some time, close your eyes, and imagine, who is it that I would love to become? And if you struggle with that, if you have a hard time thinking about that, think about somebody that you really look up to, somebody that you really admire, and contemplate, like, why do I admire that person? You might even be jealous of somebody, envious of somebody. That's another clue clue into what it is that you want for yourself. Is somebody else getting recognition, making beautiful art, selling their artwork, getting their art represented, and you're envious of that, and you're jealous of that? Well, instead of making yourself bad and wrong for feeling that way, take that as a sign, as a signpost to you that, hey, knock, knock, knock on your heart's door. This is something that you desire and that you will need to begin to move towards. Okay, so you have to become that person first. You have to become what that person would do, how they would show up, what they would be. And we'll continue this conversation about becoming this future version of yourself. Because you have to choose, first of all, to open your heart's door to the awareness of what it is that you want to become first and foremost, before you can begin to become it. All right, my friends, my beautiful artists, I believe in you. I love you. And I believe that we need every artist on this planet fully thriving, fully successful. There is plenty to go around, and that is my belief. And so that's who I'm here to serve. I'm here to help many, many, many more artists, rise up and become their full realize, reach their full potential, and be in alignment as an artist, be awakened as an artist, and really, really reach the pinnacle of success for you. So if you're listening to this, leave me a comment in the comment below. Let me know what it is, what your desire is, who it is that you desire to become. What is it? What person are you hoping to transform into in your future? What is it that you want in your future as an artist? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for being here. You can like, subscribe, support my channel that way. Super helpful to help me get my message out to even more artists. I have tons of resources available for you down in the comment section below, so check those out. There's all kinds of free resources for you, as well as the Art Life School, and also I'm having a major event here in Denver this fall called the Art Stars Retreat. If you're interested in coming and working with me for 3 days in person, that is a magical event. And so the information is below, and you can click on any or all of those links that appeal to you. Until next time, everybody, much love, happy creating, and bye for now.